Yarnie friends, it's a hot Tuesday, isn't it? Oh my soul, it's hot out there. I went out this morning at like 6:15 and it was already 86 degrees. You know, I am so happy that we moved back to Oklahoma because I get to live near my grandkids and my kids. But I'm telling you, I miss the Colorado cool summers. Well, welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara. And a lot of people have trouble saying my last name. It's really just Sach, S-A-C-H. And if you can't remember, Sach like patch. Well, we try to have our live video every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, because I'm in Oklahoma. Well, anyway, it may be hot, but we're still going to have us some fun. So the first thing we're going to do is clink in. And I made myself some iced coffee today, but I'm having it in my Coffee and Crochet with Sara cup. Let's clinkety, clink, clink, clink. And if you don't know what that means, we just clink in and say where we're from. Do not put your address or even your city. Just put your state or country. It's just fun to see where everybody's from and who's all clinking in. I also want to welcome those who may not be able to watch us live. It's okay. I appreciate it when you get a chance to watch it, even if it's afterwards. I don't delete my live videos. I leave them on there so that you can watch them later, especially ones like today because it's July and that means July giveaway day. I'm super excited about our giveaway today and I'll talk to you about it in just a second. I wanted to, before I do that, I want to give, everybody a chance to get in here a little bit. Looks like we got us a good group today. And so I want to do a shout out. I've been trying to do shout outs with some YouTube channels that maybe aren't as well known, or even ones that are well known, but ones I want you to know about because I like them. And remember, just because I like them doesn't mean you have to. But I would like you to go and check them out and give them some love, okay? Well, today's channel is one that's been around for a while. And the name of the channel is Crochet Me Lovely Crochet Channel. Now, this particular channel, she's got a lot of just tutorials on stitch patterns as well as other ones. And I wanted to find this one the other week because remember we talked about books and things to help us just learn new crochet stitches that we haven't tried. And that's basically what her channel is. And she usually posts 1, 2, maybe 3 times a week. And so I really enjoy her channel. And I like the way her voice is too. Sometimes it's just a thing with me. When I first started doing this, I had a few people tell me that my voice sounded like Roseanne Barr. Well, I didn't really know who that was because I didn't really watch any of her movies or shows or whatever. And so I had to go and look her up. And when I looked her up, I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. And then when I said that, I thought, yes, I do. So I don't really care about that. But sometimes people have like a soothing voice and they're easy to listen to. So anyway, Crochet Me Lovely YouTube channel. And again, I'll put that link down in the notes in that description box underneath our video. I've noticed a lot of you are asking me how I'm doing. Well, I wasn't making a lot of progress. And so last week when we went back in to see the doctor, he did some adjusting on my back. And we're taking a more aggressive approach, more of the stretch, more of the weight. I know if you don't know how the decompression on your back works, they put you on this table that lifts you up and then it pulls you out and then there's weights that pull certain ways. And this is a way to avoid surgery, to kind of teach your body how to heal itself basically. Because I have herniated discs and that's sciatica. My sciatica is doing just a little bit better, and so is my back. I'm still not able to do a lot of walking yet, but this Friday, my grandkids are coming over. My granddaughter doesn't have gymnastic practice that day. So they're all going to come over on Friday. My grandson got his driver's permit, and I'm going to let him drive my car around the neighborhood. I'll let you know how that goes. I'm super proud of him. He's been working so hard. He's the one, of course, that we were raising the money for his band. They were able to make their first payment, because you have to make a payment each month. And a little bit of the money will go to the second payment as well. So again, thank you all so much who bought patterns for my Ravelry and did the donations. It meant so much to me and to my family, because marching band's expensive and everything is more expensive now. And so all the costs of marching band have gone up. So thank you so much. All right, we've got us a good group in here already. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you about the July giveaway. All right, I'm going to click over to the other camera here. Now, I told you all about how all the Pioneer Woman yarn was on sale, and then I got this hook set on sale. I had a lot of people tell me they ran out to their Walmarts and they missed it. And I got to feeling really bad about it because I didn't miss it. And so I went back there and I picked up one of each of the 5 colors. Now, there are some medium weight 4 ones and some other ones as well. Okay, but I picked up one of each of these, and these are the 5 colors that I made. When I click back over to the other camera, you'll see the blanket that's behind me, and I'll talk about that then. All right, so for our giveaway, you're going to get one each of the 5 Pioneer Woman yarns. These are light number 3. This one's called Coral Stripes. This is Coral. This is Brilliant Blooms. This one is Blue. And then this one is Teal Stripes. Okay, and then you're going to get this. This is the one that I picked up. Remember, I showed you last week. It's 8 different hooks. It has a 2.5 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6 millimeter. And these, I didn't open it up because I didn't want to open the packaging, but you can see they have these really nice handles on them, and that color is called Sweet Rose on those. Okay, so I mean, that's about $30 worth of yarn and crochet hooks. Okay, and so I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted you all to have the opportunity to be able to get it, because these are discontinued things. They're not going to be for sale anymore. The other thing I would suggest is, if you don't see them in your local Walmart, some of the Walmarts online still have some, and they'll deliver them to the store you're at, or you can order them and have them shipped to your house. Okay, so anywho, I wanted you to know that, and these exact ones that are sitting here are the ones that you will receive. Now, with those 5, you can make this blanket. This was our crochet along when I first bought those. This is our 5 spice blanket. It's real pretty. And the truth is, it's up to you how big you want to make it. You don't have to make this with the Pioneer Woman yarns, but this was designed for the Pioneer Woman yarns. And it's 5 different stitches, one with each of the 5 different styles. And then you can do it as wide as you want and as many repeats as you want. And then we did this fun little trim. All right, and I have this in my guest room. I specifically made it for my guest room. I'm just going to kind of toss it back there. It won't stay. Okay, I'm going to put it on the floor. So anyway, and again, if you want to be involved in this giveaway, all of you that have already commented, you're already entered. Okay, and all you have to do, whether you're watching this live or watching this later, is comment on this video. Okay, and then in 2 weeks, I'll announce the winner. And the way that works is, you never, ever, I say this over and over again, you never, ever, ever put your email address, your shipping address, any of your personal information on a comment anywhere. Okay? And you can contact me by clicking that description box underneath the video, and there's a website. You can click that website, and it has a contact us. You can contact me that way. Or you can go to the Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page and send me a message. But I'll tell you more about that next week, okay? So that's our giveaway for July. The 5 skeins. I'll click back over there real quick. The 5 skeins of the Pioneer Woman yarn and this hook set. And I really wanted to keep the hook set for myself, But I really, I feel bad because a lot of people just missed out on it. And so I want to give you a chance at least to try, one more shot at getting some of her yarn and crochet hooks. I think the reason that they really just didn't do all that well is she doesn't crochet. These are actually Lion brand yarns, and this is Boye hooks. And using her colors and her hooks so that we could make things in the colors and use those hooks, just, it's kind of like they bought the permission to use her colors and prints, I guess is what you would say. So anywho, that's our giveaway. So I'm going to take these off the counter because I have some other things I want to show you. So I'm going to put these down over here in that box. All right, so I have an unbagging. All right, let's click back over to our other camera. Now, I told you all about last week some of the brand new yarns from Premier Yarns. So I got this in this week. So these are the new gradient yarns. I'm just going to pull them out here. Yes, I already opened them. I couldn't wait. Now, this is not all of them. This is just some of the ones that I got. All right. I'm sorry about the noisy bag. I'm trying to... There we go. I've got 5 colors, and I believe there are 8 colors. Okay, and I went there the other day, and I noticed that some of them are already out of stock. So you're going to probably have to jump on the bandwagon and get some. And, of course, they'll get some more made. But these are the 5 that I got in. Now, if you remember, they have the... ombre yarns. I couldn't remember what it was called all of a sudden. Ombre yarns, where they're skeins. They're the Just Yarn ombre, and they're shorter color changes. But if you look at this, you can see this is a gradient. It starts like lighter and has tons of shades to go darker, and each one of them is like that, and they're absolutely gorgeous. These are super soft yarns, anti-pilling, everyday worsted gradient. 360 yards, 7 ounces. And look at this thing on the top. It says, pull me, or pull here. We can find the end without fighting it. Oh, this one's on this side. I love that. And aren't these just gorgeous? Okay, this one is called Orange Tones. Duh. This one is Pink Tones. This one is Sky Tones. Oh, I like that name. This is one of my favorite ones. This one's called Black Tones. I love grays and blacks. And this one is really pretty. It is called Green Tones. Now, they also have red tones. They have another blue. It might be teal tones. It's more, I think the other blue one is more to the blue, where this one's more to the teal. And I think there's also a yellow. Now, they did not have the yellow when I ordered, so... Okay, so let me tell you what the website says about them. Get my notes here. There are 10 colors. So there are 5 other colors besides the 5 I have here. 7 ounces, 360 yards, medium weight, number 4. Now that kind of shocked me a little bit because they're not a real thick, but they're not as thin as a 3 weight. So this one is one I would call 3.5. It's so soft though. It's such soft. It's machine washable and dryable. And that's where the anti-pilling comes into it. Because what that means is when you wash it and put it in... I lost my train of thought all of a sudden. I was reading a comment I shouldn't have. Anti-pilling means when you put it through the washer and the dryer, it's not going to get those balls that a lot of times acrylic yarns get, where you have to like pick off all the little balls. And so this is anti-pilling or anti-balling. Anti-pilling sounds better, right? Because sometimes we have to ball up our yarn, right? I keep looking at these like, boy, I should put a couple of these colors together. Look how pretty pink and black would look together. And maybe these 3. Or maybe like this. Gorgeous colors, aren't they? Well, I just wanted you to see them. And that is a brand new yarn from Premier Yarns. And if you want to see all 10 colors, just click on that link in the description box for Premier yarns. They're super pretty. I did not write down the price for each one, but I think they're $8.99. Okay, and which is actually not a bad price for this big of a skein, or I'm sorry, cake. Now, I do also have some of the new cotton that we're going to talk about next week. Okay, I also got some of that. So we'll talk about cottons next week. These are brand new yarns. The other ones I got in are new colors. And so we'll talk about those next week. But I'm really excited to use some of these and to make some really fun things. I'm loving the idea of putting these two together. I think I can really come up with something pretty with those. Alrighty, so the difference in the ombre, which I have some ombre right back there, you can see that green one, is you have shorter color changes. And the gradient is a longer color change. So you can see, like, here's this green one opposed to the green one that's back there. See the difference? Okay. Love the gradient one. So pretty. Although I love the ombres too. I'm a sucker for ombres and gradients. I really am. I love them. I think they make beautiful blankets where you just start with one color, or a shawl, or like a poncho. You start with the one color and it just builds to the next. I just love that. So pretty. All right, let's move along to what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Now, one of the things that the video that we put out last week was a question: do you crochet just for a hobby or for health? And so, oh, Carlina said, yep, $8.99, and she got free shipping. If you order, can't remember the amount, might be $75 worth, you get free shipping. One thing to remember is once you order from Premier, sign up for the emails, because there's tons of things they send you. A lot of times you'll get a code for 10 or 20% off. You might get free shipping for just $50, things like that. And they always tell you what's on sale. If you do get that email, though, go to my Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page and get my affiliate link so I can get credit, okay? Either way, you will love Premier Yarns if you've never bought from them. Just so you know, I ordered these on Friday and they came in yesterday. So, yeah. Pink and black reminds you of the movie Grease. It does. It does. Wasn't it like the pink ladies and then the greasers? You know, that is one of my favorite all-time movies. I could watch that movie all the time and never get tired of it. I love that movie. You don't know what I'm talking about, it's Grease, with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. I've always loved that movie. Okay. See, you got me sidetracked. Back to what we were talking about. I keep looking at the comments. I'm worried I'm going to miss a question. All right, so the video we talked about last week was, do you crochet just for hobby or for fun, or is it for health reasons? And the reason I asked that question is because I've read a lot about how crafts and crochet, knitting and things can really help you with anxiety. It can help you with depression. It can help you push out the cares of all the world. Because think about this. Like I mentioned on the video, we have finance issues. We have health issues. We have family issues. We have life issues. We have, every kind of issue, kids and everything, that we are so busy that it's kind of nice just to set that stuff aside, concentrate on a project. Even if you can only give yourself a few minutes, it does have health benefits. And so I was kind of wondering, and I loved your answers. If you haven't watched that video, go watch the video and read the comments, because I was so impressed with so many of them about how, you started crochet as a hobby and it turned into a health issue, not an issue, but a help for your health, and some of them were from when they were in COVID, they got bored, so they started doing crochet and how it helped them, because we were isolated somewhat. We all were during that time. And there are times when, we do feel that way. And so it's kind of nice to go out there in that crochet community and have friends that are crocheting and doing the things that we're doing. And so I hope that the video was a help to you, because just to be honest with you, between you guys and me, it is a health benefit for me as well. Especially, I'm dealing with a health issue right now. And there are times when my mom passed away, when my oldest sister passed away, when I had thyroid cancer, when, like right now I'm having another health issue, when I've had some of these issues, I've been able to sit down and concentrate on a project, a crochet project. And a lot of times, especially if I'm going to give it to someone, and I think about that person and think, oh, what's their favorite color? Well, would they like this stitch or that stitch? Do they like big, thick, heavy things? Or maybe they're more into the lacy. And it helps you think about that person as well and gets that stuff off your mind. Because I think that we've all had moments in our life where we just felt like, I just need to get away. Think of it as a mini crochet vacation. Or maybe a long crochet vacation, because those are good too. But that's what the video was about last week. And it just really, really blessed my heart to see how crochet and the crochet community has been a big help to all of you, you know. So anywho, that was it was a this and that question, but you know, as always, there are no wrong answers, and you can always put your own opinion of what you think. It's okay with me. Okay? Like I say, there are no wrong answers because two of us are alike. I'm going to set these down here because I want to put those back in that bag because I want to talk about what we did this week also. All right, so I'm going to put these over here so you can see them, and we're going to click back over to this other camera. So what other video we did this week is the watermelon pot holder and hot pad. And this is double thick. We did 2 circles and we stitched them together, and it's nice and thick. You could even use this as a washcloth if you want to, but it's too pretty to get, you know, all dirty. This is one also, but instead of making 2, we made 1 and we folded it over and put it together. And this works really nice on pan holders, or if you're pulling something out of the oven, you don't want to use this great big one, you can use this small one. You can also, this is a 9-inch across, and so this one ends up being about 4.5 inches across, 9 inches this way. And they're really great even for decorating. I thought they were really fun to make some because, you know, summer is here now. 4th of July picnics, all picnics during the summer. We always have watermelon, and I just thought these were super cute. I have one more watermelon pattern for this Friday Fun Day, and I think you're really going to enjoy making it. These, I did it in cotton. Like I said, I used 100% cotton. And but if you're going to make these just for decoration, you can certainly make them in acrylic or some other fiber. Now this one, I used a darker green on this one, and then when I put them together, I used that lighter green. And I kind of like the way that it looks because it kind of gives the kind of this striping effect that's on a watermelon. This one I used the dark, and I ran out of this dark color, and so I went with the lighter color, and I really like the way that it looks. I used all peaches and cream cotton that I had on hand. And so this is just red, bright pink, white. This is a bright green and then a darker green. And then of course this one's just a little bit darker. And so if you don't have the exact colors, it's okay. You know, just use the shades that you've got. And then these are just straight stitches with black. And I really love how it turned out. You've got a little hook. You can hang it up for decoration or hang it up, you know, to dry. And one thing someone always asks me when I do something with red, how can you keep the colors from bleeding into other things? Because I wash all my cotton stuff like this along with my towels. When you're washing them, I keep this in my laundry room. It's white distilled vinegar. You can just use a teaspoon, and if you have a large load, a tablespoon of white distilled vinegar, and stick it right in there with your wash, and it will help the colors not bleed into each other, and it will set the colors as well. Okay, so that's our watermelon hot pad and pot holder, and I just love them. I think they're beautiful, and they're great for decorations. You can even put this like on the table and put a basket of napkins or candies or something else on it. Use it as a, you know, a little bit of a doily. So anyway, that was one of the things that we did this week. Now remember, all of the patterns that I show you are my designs that I designed. Every pattern has a written pattern It has a photo tutorial and a video tutorial. If you can't find the video tutorial, I always link the pattern underneath the videos when I show them to you so that you can go and find the link. But if you can't find the link, just go to Sara Sach Crochet Designs and you can look through there. And the newest ones are always on the front. But also there's a search, little magnifying glass search thing, and just put in watermelon pot holder Sara Sach and it'll come up. Okay? So anytime you're looking for my stuff, you can just use my name and it'll come up. The other thing is on my main page, if you want to just put in Sara Sach Crochet Designs, you'll see there's a little tab that says Playlists. Click the Playlist tab and all the different playlists will come up. That way you don't have to search for hats through all my patterns. I have like 1,300 patterns. And so you don't have to search through all of it to try to find hats. You can go to the playlist. It says, I think it's headbands and hats. Then you've got like scarves and cowls and kitchen and bath. I mean, it gives you playlists that you can search through so you can find some of the things you're looking for. Okay? All right. Now, the other thing that we did, I'm going to move this on this side on this little table. The other thing that we did yesterday was our Granny Square of the month. And each month we're doing a 6-inch Granny Square. And I'm going to pull this out here. Okay, this is the July, and July's birthstone is Ruby. And this one is the first one that I did, and I used a variegated, but I decided that was a little bit hard to film because red is already difficult to film. And because when a yarn is really busy, it's hard to see. So I thought, well, I'll just go with a lighter blue, and I really loved the way the light blue turned out as well. Okay, so this is our 6-inch July square of the month. And we're calling it July Ruby. Now, each month we do 2, and I left a pile over there. Hang on 2 seconds. I'm not gonna hop. I'm just gonna move over. Got it. All right, so January, garnet. February, amethyst. March, aquamarine. April, diamond. Whoops. May emerald, and June pearl. So we've got 7 squares made now. If you haven't made them or you don't want to make all of them, you can pick and choose whatever ones you want to make. And if you're going to make the blanket when we're done, you're going to need to make at least 2 of each one. Okay? And they don't have to be the same because look, mine aren't the same. And the truth of the matter is, you don't even have to make them the same colors as mine. If you don't want to make them in birthstone colors, you don't have to. You can do whatever colors that you want. You can take one and make them in a whole bunch of different colors. You can pick 2 or 3 of your favorites. It doesn't matter. They're there for you to use for whatever you want to use. And a 6-inch granny square can be made into so many different things. Scarves, bags, hats, cowls, skirts, shawls, lots of things, pillows. And so you can use these for whatever that you want. Say your birthstone is February like mine. Maybe you'll make a bunch of purple ones and just make yourself a scarf or a hat or maybe just a pillow for your bed. That's the great thing about granny squares. I know there are a lot of people. Oh, can I use it? It depends on if it's a small load. I'm sorry. She asked me about the vinegar real quick. If it's a small load, I usually use a teaspoon. If it's a big load, like I've got a lot of towels, because I throw all my towels in there together, and I do this for all my towels, I use a tablespoon. And I put it right in the wash. And the thing is, it'll also get the smell out of, just like if you have, say you had a bunch of people over and you got a big pile of towels, or maybe a bunch of beach towels, and they sat for a few days, and they're getting a little rank. It'll take the smell out too. And it does not leave a vinegar smell. Everybody asks me that also. It does not use a vinegar smell. Yes, if you're not going to use fabric softener, that's a good thing, Carlina. If you're not going to use fabric softener, you can put your white vinegar in your fabric softener slot. Okay. Those are good questions because those are things we need to know. We don't want the things that we make to get icky, and we spend too much time making our crochet things that we don't want them to not last. Okay? Okay. There you go. Yarning for a smile. Yarnatopia. I love that. She's got a great YouTube channel. Y'all, you need to go over and check her out as well. She says, I use vinegar in every wash. I just pour it in. You can, because it will take out the smell, especially down here in the South. Now, Oklahoma is considered middle, but it really is the South to me. Okay, it's humid here. When we lived in Colorado, it was not humid at all. I rarely had any problem with mildew or unless the towels sat for a while, no problem. Down here, I have a little bit more mildew. I have to clean the bathtub every week. I have to make sure the walls are wiped down, you know, the showers and stuff. The mildew is because it's humid here. Things stay wetter longer, so you're going to get more humid, and that's where you need to break out the white vinegar. And white vinegar is great. I use bleach a lot too, but bleach always leaves a bleach smell. White vinegar doesn't. Once you rinse it, it's gone. So, yeah, she lives in Alabama. She basically lives in a sauna. It's that way here. Around June through, you know, September is when the humidity really hits. And that's when I start really having issues with, you know, my back and stuff. So, all right, now, what's going to happen the rest of this week? So what's going to happen is tomorrow I have a video out, and it really is going to address the question, is it an Afghan stitch or is it Tunisian crochet? And do you use it? And I thought the video turned out good. I'm still editing it, so, you know. But we're going to post that one tomorrow. Then on Friday, we have another watermelon Friday Fun Day video. And then next Monday, let's see, I think that's the 8th. I have to check my calendar. But next Monday, we're going to start our Christmas in July. And I know a lot of people don't get the Christmas in July thing, but it's just a fun time. It's when the stores start putting out their Christmas stuff like Hobby Lobby and Joann's and Michael's. And a lot of people say, why do they do that? They're craft stores, people. Us crafters need our stuff, okay? We can't wait till 2 days before Christmas to do our Christmas decorations if we're going to make them, okay? So that's the thing. And so it's just super fun. And this year I've just got some fun things that are a little bit different. I'm going to make a gnome hat for us. I've been working on this, and every time I try it on, I can't stop laughing, okay? And so I hope that you're going to enjoy that. And then we also have a couple other, I think I've got an ornament and a stuffy. 3 things and maybe a 4th, I don't know. But sometimes I like to do things that, yes, they're Christmas, but if you make them other times of the years and use different colors, then that's okay too. Because, you know, some people don't celebrate Christmas, but they do, I should say, some people don't really celebrate Christmas, you know, but they do still like to maybe decorate a little bit or just have some fun. And, you know, the truth is the gnome hat could be used for Halloween too. Maybe I'll dress as a gnome this year. I just saw it and I thought, I have got to make one of these. This is hilarious. Okay, so what I want to do with it, and you can tell me if you think this is a good idea or not. What happens is when I get an idea, I start sketching, and then I start writing to say, well, measurements, what stitches to use and stuff. And I decided I want to make the hat, you know, pointed like a gnome hat, but I'm thinking about making it so it can have a little beard. I haven't decided yet. I just thought it would be super fun, you know. And because gnomes are such a big deal right now, everybody just loves them. And all my neighbors have got gnomes in their gardens, you know, in the front. I have a fairy garden in the front instead of a gnome garden. But my neighbor came over across the street. She's got 2 cute little girls. And she's like, oh, you have a gnome garden. And her little girl's like, oh, a gnome garden. I'm like, well, actually, that's a fairy garden. But then I realized we have a couple of gnomes in it, too. My granddaughters and I love to just, I mean, it started with just a few things, okay? Every year we've added more and more things to it. Now we have like this big, you know, barrel. If you go look at the video of my garden, I did one where I'm showing the big strawberry, I guess it's a whiskey barrel. I call it a strawberry barrel. But anyway, and it has like a ladder with a gnome crawling up the side of the ladder. Then there's a gnome on the side. So there is a couple of gnomes in it. So maybe it's a gnome and fairy garden that they're just good friends. Well, we just just have so much fun with it. Every year we add more to it, more fairies, more houses, you know. And it's kind of spilled over into the whole garden. I mean, it's huge now. And then every fall we pick it up, put it away so that the next year we can create differently with it. They even added flowers with solar lights around so that it looks really cool at night. Both my granddaughters are very creative. So anyway, that's what's going on this week. I'm trying to, so this is the time of the year, it's hot. And a lot of people just don't really feel like crocheting, right? And so what I'm trying to do is come up with things that we can make that aren't great big, you know, cotton things. But I mean, I was listening to Bagaudet this morning. She was talking about a hat, and and it's really cute. I think it's called, oh, I can't even remember. It's adorable. She has it on. And anyway, she was talking about, well, she wasn't going to put the pattern out because she didn't think people wanted to make hats this time of year. And everybody kept begging her, so she put the pattern out, and it's doing great. So you just never know. Oh, that's a really great idea. A gnome garden for Halloween and for Christmas. I would love to get like just a great big gnome and just set it there. But I'll be honest with you, one of my granddaughters is a little bit afraid of gnomes. So one time, I'll tell you this funniest story, and I'm going to let you go. Many years ago, I was babysitting my niece. This is my sister's granddaughter. So she'd be my great niece. And I bought one of, you know, every year at Halloween, they get those scarecrows. And they're like 5 feet tall. Well, I found one that was all in yellows. And you know I love yellow. And I thought that it looked cheerful because it had some sunflowers. And I added more sunflowers. So I took that scarecrow and I put it right next to the front door. Because we didn't have a big porch in our house. This was back in Tulsa. So this was, okay, my niece is now, I think, just turned 22. And this was when she was 7. Okay, because we lived in Tulsa. Then we moved to Colorado. And now we're in Oklahoma City. Okay, so I put that, I loved it. It was gorgeous. So I put that big scarecrow, stood it up right next to the front door. Well, when her dad would bring her in the morning sometimes for me to babysit, it would be a little bit dark. And so I would just have the porch light on, you know, and she walked up there and I heard this blood-curdling scream. And she would not come up to my house. I had to go out and get her. She was so scared of that scarecrow. And I tell her about it now. She's like, I don't remember that, Aunt Sarah. I don't remember it at all. So, I wish I still had that thing. I gave it to my daughter, and I think it just got dilapidated or something. I'll have to go and get another one. Yeah, I don't really like trolls that much either. It just depends. When I was growing up, trolls were really freaky looking. You know, they were like these little weird things with hair sticking up. That, to me, those were scary. Now, the troll movie, those trolls are super cute. And the music in those are pretty good, too. Alrighty. Well, I've been talking long enough. Just a reminder, all of you that have commented are entered into the giveaway. And if you're watching this later, be sure and comment in the comment section below this video to be entered in our giveaway for the 5 skeins of Pioneer Woman yarn and the Pioneer Woman hooks. I'd show them to you again, but I set them over there in the bag. Actually, they're in a box, but anyway. Well, guys, I just really want to thank you today for watching. I had a lot of fun. You really cheered me up with your comments, and I know you don't know this, probably, but this short amount of time, let's see, it's been a little over half an hour, almost 40 minutes. But this little amount of time that I have with you all, that I can read your comments. I love reading how you talk to each other and ask each other questions ahead of time and all of that stuff. It just brightens my day and blesses my heart and brings me joy. Because this is our crochet community. And I love that. Okay? And I just love how you interact with each other, how kind you are and thoughtful, because that's what it's all about. You know, it really, really is. We just need to cheer each other on. Now, be sure and check out Yarning for Smiles, Yarnatopia. Check out her channel. Be sure and check out, forgot the name. Crochet Me Lovely's crochet channel. And if you want to know about any of the shout outs that I've done, go back to my live videos. I try to do them right up front. But if you don't see it, down in the description box underneath, I always put a link so that you all can find them. And I always check it afterwards. Or sometimes I'll put the link and then I'll go back and check it and the link doesn't work. And so I re-put it on there. I don't know why. Sometimes when I put it in there beforehand, it doesn't show up. So I don't know why. So anywho, Critters Crochet, go check out hers also. Because we need to encourage each other. If you have a crochet channel, I'm looking to see. Miss C's Cottage, are you a crochet channel? Check her out. Let me look. Moonlight Crochet and Crafts. Go check them out. You never know. These people, you know what? Being on YouTube sometimes is a scary place to be because there is a lot of negativity. So what we need to do is encourage each other. We are each other's greatest cheerleaders. Watch each other's videos. Encourage each other. Subscribe, share, like. Send them love, you know, because I appreciate it so much when people do me. When I hear someone say, Sara Sach, oops, I butchered her name, you know, or botched her name. Botched her name. It's okay with me if you don't pronounce my name right. I don't care. I don't, you know, I'm just excited that maybe you made something that I crocheted or you're giving me a shout out because that's what the crochet community is all about. Okay. Rosie Crochet Corner. She's got a crochet. Shell, we've talked about her also. Yeah, these are great crochet patterns. Let me see if there's any more that have said something. Now, Mrs. C's Cottage, she makes the sun bunnies. I went and checked it out because I didn't know what that was. So go check her out and look at her sun bunnies. Okay. Okay, I don't see any more popping up. I'm seeing. I don't see any more, but if you are a crochet channel, put your name down in the chat there, and we'll go check you out, and I'll go check you out because it's important to me to encourage other crocheters. It really is. And if it's a crochet channel or a knitting channel or both, of course, or craft channel, I just really, really think we need to be each other's greatest cheerleaders to encourage each other because, like I said, YouTube can be a very scary place to be, and we want to make it a joyful place. All right, so on that note, I am going to let you all go, and I'll see you next week.